So let's talk about Lilith and why it's better to be seen as Eve rather than being seen as Lilith. Okay, so and this is from the satanic perspective. Okay, and let's just go over very briefly with satanic. But you know what? I'll do that in a different video. We'll go over what it means to be satanic in a totally different video, because this video is also about Lilith and Eve and why it's better to see yourself as Eve rather than as Lilith. I know there's a meme that goes around, and it's been going around for a few years. It says it's better to be Lilith than an Eve, which means it's better to be defiant than submissive. But at the end of the day, we're gonna explore that, because at the end of the day, we're basing that assumption off of a story that's been told according to his story, and in this particular case, him would be Adam, right? So we're telling the story out of the mouth of Aries, and Aries, as we know, can flip a story. Aries can be very truthful when it benefits them, but when it's not beneficial to them, we should all know by now that they can be very kind of scorpionic in their ways, okay? And that they will manipulate a situation and the subject until it fits their narrative and it fits the working and the benefit of them. So assuming that Adam is a real person and not just a clever reference to our actual atoms that come together to create us as human beings. I'm playing my chain right now, so bear with me. We can say that Adam's a fucking liar. And we can say that pretty truthfully and without much hesitance, that Adam's a fucking liar. You know, even the rest of the book, which is based off of man and history and the story of man, we can kind of go ahead and also add some salt to that. Because we know, as we've been reading it for thousands of years, we know that there's so many not only non-truths, but there's just a lot of bullshit in there. Without being able to sugarcoat it, right? Without sugarcoating it. There's just a lot of bullshit in there. So I'm gonna put on the front of this video, because I'm not dressed right now. I've been writing since I got up. I didn't bother getting in the shower, or I know, ill, right? Or getting dressed. So I am not going to be showing you any video of me today, right now. But maybe a little bit later on. Yeah, I'll get in the shower and get dressed, and I'll do another video. And you can see how cute I look later on, but not now. Anyway. It's better to be Eve than a Lilith, simply because Eve is the original one. Okay? And this is why we have to pay attention to the lie that's being told throughout his story. Throughout his story, Adam, or man, continually tells you that the woman doesn't really have much worth here. And in fact, in the curse, she gets to bear the biggest burden of the curse. Multiple burdens, while the snake bears 2 or 3 burdens. And here's the thing. You got to pay attention to the story, because the story is all about division. It's all about division and a lie that divides, so that man can conquer and man can look like the hero rather than the horrible piece of shit that he actually is. Okay? And I'm going to refer to my Bible. I'm going to put my phone on my charger first, but then I'm going to refer to my Bible to get direct quotes from out of the Bible, from the book of Genesis. Okay? But before we read and go into the book of Genesis and review where they got us all fucked up thinking that we was idiots at, let's first review the meaning. I must have put it in here. Hold on. Let me get the book first, and then we can go ahead and review. Yeah, it's right here. I know, it's like, what the fuck is going on in there? So much noise. But it's like, I put it in my drawer yesterday, so I had to find it again. Anyway, let's review the meaning of the names Lilith and Eve. Okay, so let's start with Eve, because this is the beginning. She is the root of life. Eve literally means mother of all. So Lilith would not be able to exist without Eve. So let's get that correct. All right? Let us acknowledge that. Eve literally means the mother of all. Not to mention that Eve is an abbreviation for evening, which comes before what time of day? The night. Okay, it comes before the night. Now Lilith literally means night demon. Why the fuck would you want to refer to yourself as a night demon? Comparing yourself to comparing the word to what that actually means in the Jewish folklore and Jewish community, which is where that came from, right? Lilith, and this is not an attack on any Jewish people. You can feel like it's an attack. Take it whatever way you want to take it. But I'm telling you right now that it's not an attack on Jewish people, because I know that Jewish people are not even the culprits of this. Jewish people just happen to benefit from it. And they actually are scapegoated. They're the scapegoats of this story. So, no, it's not. I'm not attacking Jewish people at all. And really, the reality of it, even the original culprits of this, the people that derive from those culprits, are not to blame. Okay? There's only one person to blame. Only one man to blame. Okay? And we're going to go over that in a different video, because this video is all about Lilith and Eve and why it's better to be Eve than Lilith. Okay? So, Lilith means night demon. And we know that the night comes after the evening. It wouldn't exist if the evening hadn't come first. And evening is the setting of the sun. It's when the sun is starting to go down and the night is starting to fall. So, here's the thing. Eve became the night demon when Adam decided to fuck with her and decided that he was going to try and control her. And when he decided that he was going to try and get his boys to constrain her, to control her, she said, nah, you ain't gonna do that to me. I'm gonna fuck you up. And that's when she became a night demon. Okay, and let's also review what the word demon means, okay? Because this has us all in first of all, us having this fucking fear. I don't even want to say us, but I'll include myself in this just for humility's sake, right? Because I got this knowledge, but I didn't always have this knowledge. So we get confused and we get turned off by the lack of knowledge that we actually have about the definition of words, specifically because of our fear of the curse, which has for a very, very long time, and which is often, still continually, often truncated at the curse, which is from the tree of knowledge. That's where it's truncated at. But the truth of the matter is that the curse comes from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So it's not all knowledge that is bad. It is the knowledge of good and evil, which essentially is morality, which essentially is you trying to impose your personal morality onto someone else's morality. And essentially, it is the judgment of God themselves, because God is the one who assigns us all our character. God is the one who assigns us our purpose in life. God is the one who assigns us our will. God is the one who assigns the generator assigns us every part of us. There is nothing bad to the generator. It is all necessary. Every single part of us is necessary to create us. Every ray and every spectrum of the sun is necessary for it to be the sun. Every element on this earth is necessary for this earth to be the earth. Which is why when people refer to the element of earth and they only think of dirt, it just astounds me, because it's like you cannot have the earth without also having air, water, and fire. If any one of those elements were missing, and there was, in fact, if the three of those elements went missing and there was only dirt on here, then, well, we would be fucked, because we wouldn't be able to survive on this planet. Not the way that we are now. We would have to be totally different creatures. And this would be a totally different reality. So the fact that this is a physical reality and that this is Earth, we need to be including, especially when we're talking about Earth signs, we need to be including, and especially if you yourself are an Earth sign, you need to be including water, fire, and air in your diet of elemental whatever. Okay, when you're harnessing your energies, you need to be harnessing all of the energies. That's the power of the dirt, of standing still. That's the power of fire, which is movement. That's the power of water, which is intuition and the connectivity towards other people, which is air. You need to be connecting to all of that so that you can really reach your power if you are an earth sign or have an abundance of earth in your chart. And this is why you probably feel so heavy and down if you're an earth sign. Why you feel like the world is against you, because you're not accepting all of who the fuck you are. Okay? So now that I'm done with that rant, all right, let's go back to Eve and Lilith. So picking up where I left off, Eve becomes Lilith, which is a night demon. And the word demon is actually just an angel on earth. And the angel is simply a ray from a star that comes down to us and shares a specific set of knowledge and skills with us. Empowers us with that knowledge and skills. Okay? And because they are unholy, meaning that they are unbound and unconsecrated to a specific religion, they are seen as evil because they don't have to follow the rules of the religion. They don't have to follow the rules of religion. So now they're seen as evil because they're not under the control of man. They're seen as evil because they're not bound to the morality of man. And as we know, that is what binds us to this book and to other religions as well. Morality. Okay, and so angels are different from demons in the fact that they operate within the morality of specificated religions, right? So they provide you knowledge that is considered acceptable by these religions that are created by man. They don't provide you any knowledge that is considered untoward by man. They provide you with specific information and energy that keeps us all on a level playing field. We can all grasp this knowledge here that these specific angels have to give. On top of that, these specific angels also, whenever they are going to fight, they don't tell you to fight for yourself like a demon will. A demon will show you how to fight for yourself. An angel will go ahead and do it for you. That's the difference. But there's a great difference in that as well, because these ones have to be controlled in a different way. They have to be bound, they have to be chained, they have to be beat, they have to be threatened in order for you to have full control over them. They're not like angels, which will willingly bow down to you, right? Because you're a man. These are spirits and people that you have to, and they are people, by the way, that you have to work with and you have to work for in order to get any type of return. They will not just give you information. You have to earn it. And this is where they got man fucked up, because man is entitled to everything on this earth, including the body of his wife. And in that, he got her fucked up, because she realizes that, first of all, motherfucker, I'm a product of God just like you. In the beginning, they were both made of clay. In the beginning, they were both made of clay. They were both very, very equal. Okay? So, before y'all start going off on God, let's get it in our head that God ain't the fucking culprit. God is not the liar. God has never been the liar. Man has always been the liar. Just like Jesus was never the problem. Man is the fucking problem. Jesus is just a son of man, just like you and me. We're just the son of human beings. Where is the products, the offsprings of human beings? Okay? So, of man. So we're not the problem, really. The problem is the story that comes from man. It's the judgment, it's the morality that comes from man. That says that you have to do this way because I feel uncomfortable with you doing it that way, because according to the rules and the sets that's in my mind, the past that's in my mind, that shit don't work. If I tried to go that way, I would fail. So you can't go that way either, motherfucker. Man is a narcissist. Okay? Man is a complete fucking narcissist. And here's where he got you all fucked up in the head. Hating God and shit. God ain't do shit. You hate yourself if you hate God, because God created this motherfucking reality for you to have a good time. And it ain't God's fault necessarily that there's a whole bunch of fucked up ass people who believe in this story, who try to constrict you and restrict you based on these fucking tales. It's not necessarily God's fault. God is allowing this shit to happen, sure, but God is just the generator. That being said, all things are necessary in order for us to grow. So let's just be grateful for this story, because in gratefulness, that's where you find the most power, because man gets all fucking confused. And you got oh man, I'm so grateful for your lies and your stories, because now I had to take my time and figure the fuck out, and now I am fully more in tune with the power of my mother. Thank you, man. You have done a great job. Now go sit the fuck down. Get the fuck out of my face and go sit the fuck down. Bye. Manlisha. Alright, that was too much. Anyway. Take a sip of my coffee real quick. Right? So, getting back on track. We go back to the story where Eve was like, nah, you got me fucked up because you not about to control me. I don't know what the fuck you thought was about to happen. But the controlling me, not gonna happen. And so you know what she did? And this is how we come to the conclusion that we just left, that I was just talking about. That God ain't the motherfucking problem. And in fact, God don't have a problem with Lilith / Eve. And in fact, Eve don't got a problem with God either. They cool. As fuck. Do you know why? Because, and then we're going to get into the story of Lucifer from here. We're going to go into we're going to have to talk about it in a different video though. But the first thing that she did was what? When he pissed her off, she left. And then when they tried to control her, and take away her power in order to get her power back, what did she do? She called on her father. And y'all can say whatever the fuck you want to say according to the story of man, but I know that he answered her. Meaning that he didn't have a fucking God, not Jesus, because Jesus is not God. Well, Jesus is definitely not the generator, okay? But God, the generator, answered her. Which, by the way, is the Baphomet, right? Because it has the power to split and become both a man and a woman. So originally it was a woman, of course, and then became a man by, taking a point or a leg off of that X. Excuse me. And making it a Y. Anyway. No, I'm not going to edit that burp out either because it's too much. It's like I would have to find the exact point where I burped and, sorry. Not sorry. I'm human. I just told y'all that. Anyway. She calls on God and she says God's name and God answers her. Gives her talons, makes her into a motherfucking bird. A human bird, right? Gives her talons, gives her wings. Now she can fly wherever the fuck she wants, away from this fuckboy that's trying to control her. Now she has the power of nature residing in her. Oh, I wonder why he answered through the spirit of nature. I only wonder why. Is it that God lives in nature? I don't know. So in conclusion, it is always better to be Eve than Lilith. Because Eve gives birth to everything, including Lilith, which gives her the option of being either or, just like God. So that is my video on why it's better off that you are Eve rather than Lilith. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it and listening to it. If you enjoyed, definitely like this video. Leave your comments below. Definitely want to hear what you have to say about this video. And please subscribe to the channel because there will definitely be more content coming. If you would like to make a donation to this channel, my PayPal link is right in the description bar below. I also do tarot card readings, so if you would like to follow me on Facebook, that link is below as well. You can contact me, and I do readings, of course. You will need to make a payment. Readings, though, are between $10 and $15, so they're very, very cheap. But yeah. Thank you so much again for watching this video. In the meantime, in between time, before I end this video, let me apologize for cursing so much, right? I get really, really passionate when I'm talking about this, and then I start fuck to shit. And I get really, really, anyway. Yeah, I'll see you next time. In the meantime, much love and peace.